So, I think, yeah, today I really don't have that much to get prepared for. As I was kind of expecting to be earlier, but some other stuff, as in me having to do, let's say, it's simple stuff, had me um, connected to connected or immediately spending my time on something not so streaming related. But anyways, here we are. Let me let me get this transition. There we are. Wow, welcome everybody. Hello. We are once again, it seems, finally, continuing with our beautiful book, Mahabharata. In this case, yeah, we are going to get back from the Canto 25, Digbahaya Parva, where we left last time. So it seems we are progressing rather steadily. We are already almost at page 1000. Incredible. And well, as always, sorry. Welcome everybody. Sorry for not saying it properly. Welcome everybody. Welcome lurkers. Welcome bot watchers. Beautiful bot watchers. Welcome, welcome. It seems, if I am not wrong, we still have the bot working. Did it already die, my man? Did? Oh no. Did? Okay, no. It didn't die. It didn't die yet. It is close to dying. It is malfunctioning a little bit, but not completely dead. So I don't know. I don't know about the bot. Bot. So yeah, aside from that, nothing else to really add. Yeah, I guess we can simply get into the book. Let me prepare the scene. I should have it already somewhere, no? Okay, there it is. And now let me transition. There we are. So basically, as I said, we left on Canto 25, the Bahaya Parva. As in, we needed to keep seeing how the story progresses. Basically, it was we saw how they kill. Was it Harasandha? I think it was. Yudhishthira sent to kill Harasandha, and Bhima was the one who killed them, who killed that guy, together with Arjuna and Krishna. Those three kings, or those three powerful humans, Kshatriyas, sorry, were the ones sent to kill Harasandha. And the final the conclusion was they were able to kill that guy, and they were also capable of liberating the different kings. Now I think we are simply seeing how they are obtaining more goodness and more wealth from all of these good actions, let's say. So yeah, we give me a second. What? Yeah, some noisy nose making noise. But anyways, as I was trying to say, we simply had to see what was it that ended up happening with this story. Now that they have finally obtained almost everything, I guess they are going to try and finally do the Sarpayua Yagana, I think it was. Also, hello Charlie, welcome. So yeah, we're going to see what is the natural progression of this story so far. They, in a sense, they were trying to attain, or they, as in Yudhishthira and his family, the Paravas, I think they were. No, Kuravas, I don't remember. They were trying to obtain basically the highest form of Tejas or sacrifices, let's say that in normal language, sacrifices. And for the sake of doing that, they had to go and kill Harasandha, who was basically the biggest threat to the Sarpayuva Yagna. And because of that, now we are probably going to see how is it that they are start to take the challenge of realizing this incredibly weird sacrifice. So yeah, I will say that we don't have that much more to add so far, so we might as well simply start. Canto 25. Dik Bihaya Parva. Vaisampayana said, having acquired the highest of bows, the inexhaustible twin quivers, the chariot and flagstaff, as well as the great Sabha, Arjuna says to Yudhishthira, a great bow, weapons, great energy, allies, territory, fame, a vast army, all these, which, O king, are difficult to gain, I have won. I think that what we should now do is fill our treasury, noblest of kings. I would like to make all the other kings of the world pay us tributes. I want to set out on an auspicious moment of a holy day of the moon, when a favorable constellation is rising, to conquer the direction of the north, over which the Lord of Treasures, Kubera, reigns. When Yudhishthira Dharmaraja hears what Dhananjaya says, he replies in a grave and solemn tone, Bhagaratarishapha made righteous Brahmanas chant blessings over you, to plunge your enemies in grief and to bring joy to your friends. Then go forth, Partha, victory will surely be yours, and your wishes will be fulfilled. When Yudhishthira has said this, Arjuna sets out in the unearthly chariot, which he got from Agni, and with a large host going with him. Commanded by Yudhishthira lovingly, Bhimsena also, as well as the twins, set out, each at the head of a great army. Arjuna, son of the justicer of Paka, brings the north under his sway, the direction ruled by the Lord of Treasures. Bhimsena, with force, quells the east, while Sahadeva does the south, and Nakula, master of every weapon, conquers the west. While his brothers are so engaged, the lofty Dharmaraja Yudhishthira remains in Kandavaprastha, enjoying great affluence, surrounded by friends and relatives. Is there something to say here? Is there something really to address? I will guess something... Interesting question. Yeah, I will say only probably what is the easiest thing to try to address is the concept of why they will need to have more than what they already have, in the sense of I think that what we should do now I think that what we should now do is fill our treasury. I guess that is something to point out, as it might as well represent the sense of the unending desire to have more than what they already have as human beings, because in reality they are incredibly well and they have almost everything, and unless I am missing something, I do not completely get why would there be any necessity or obtaining more than what they already have, in the sense of why do it, and why spend so much energy on something I don't think meaningless, but simply unnecessary. So yeah, I will try to guess that one of the few reasons is to be prepared for the next sacrifice, but I can't really make sense out of it. Maybe... Well, I mean, okay, yes, it has a sense. Kshatriyas are created to try and rule over the whole world. Because of that, they are almost predestined to try and conquer everything that exists under the human realm. Because of that same reason, and because they are also even more qualified to do so, they truly embark on such a journey that they end up fighting against completely unknown things. So it ends up being almost logical that they will want to have everything under their control, even if it isn't necessary, just for the sake of being the most accomplished Kshatriyas, I will say. But yeah, I don't think there is any more to extract from that aside from what is normal between Kshatriyas, I guess. So, anyways, Canto 26, the Vihaya Parva continued, Vaisampayana continued. In the north, Arjuna comes to Pragyotishapura, where Bhagatata rules, and tells the king what he intends and asks for his fealty. Bhagatata says, "O you who have Kunti for your mother, as you are to me, so Yudhishthira, I will do all that you ask. Tell me, what else shall I do for you?" Dhananjaya replies to Bhagatata, "If you give your word to do all this, you have done what I wish." Having thus subdued the king of Pragyot Tishapura, the Rankaya of the long arms, Kanti's son, marches further north, the direction ruled by Kubera. Tad Purusharishabha, the Kaunteya, conquers the mountainous regions under him, as also the realms of the hills and foothills, having subdued all the mountains and the kings who reigned there, bringing them under his sway, he takes tribute from them all, winning their affection, allying himself to them, O king. He next rides against Brihanta, the king of Uluka, making this Bhumi tremble with the sound of his drums, the rumble of his chariot wheels, and the trumpeting of the elephants in his train. However, Brihanta swiftly emerges from his city with his army that comprises 4 kinds of troops, and gives battle to Falguna. Fierce is the battle between the two, but Brihanta cannot bear the prowess of the Pandava. When that invincible king of the mountain realm realizes that Kunti's son is irresistible, he yields and comes to Arjuna with great wealth. Arjuna takes his kingdom from Brihanta, but then, making peace with that king, marches with him at his side against Senabindu, whom he drives out of his kingdom without ado. After this, he quells Mudapura, Vamadeva, Sudaman, Susankula, the northern Ulukas, and all the kings of those countries and their peoples, fettered by the command of Yudhishthira or Rahan. Arjuna does not steer from the city of Senabindu, but only sends forth his legions to fetch those 5 realms under his sway. Having arrived at Devaprastha, the capital of Senabindu, Arjuna stations himself there, along with his army consisting of 4 kinds of forces. Then, surrounded by the kings and the peoples he has subjugated, the Kshatriya marches against King Viswagaswa, that bull of the race of Puru. He defeats the bold mountain men, all great warriors, and the Pandava with his legions takes the city ruled by the Puru king. Having vanquished the Puru king in battle, as also the robber tribes of the mountains, the Pandu brings under his sway the 7 tribes known as Utsava Vasanketa. The Kshatriya Rishabha goes on to vanquish the heroic warriors of Kashmira, as well as the king Lohita and 10 minor chieftains. Then Trajan, the Triartas, the Daravas, the Kokonadas, and many other Kshatriyas together advanced against the Pandava. The Kurunandana now takes the enchanting town of Abhisari and later defeats Rochamana, who ruled in Uraga. Next, putting forth his great might, Indra's son Arjuna conquers the fine city of Singapura, which is well guarded with every kind of weapon. Arjuna leads his legions to fiercely attack the realms of Suma and Sumala. Indra's son, of untold prowess, after pressing on Darle, brings the Balikas, always so tameless, under his sway. Pandu's son, Falguna, with small select force, vanquishes the Daradas and the Kambojas, and follows that by crushing the bandit tribes of the northeastern frontier, and those that live in the forests. Maharajan, Indra's son, also subdues the allied tribes of the Lohas, the eastern Kambojas, and the northern Rishikas. The battle against the Rishikas is fierce in the extreme. Why? The fight between Prita's son and them is equal to that between the Devas and the Asuras, during which Brihaspati's wife, Tara, became the cause for so much slaughter. Quelling the Rishikas, O king, on the field of battle, Arjuna takes from them as tribute 8 horses, which are the color of the parrot's breasts, and also other steeds of the hues of the peacock, born in northern climes, and endowed with great swiftness. Finally, having conquered all the Himalayas and the Nishkuta mountains, that Purusharishabha, bull among men, arrives at the White Mountains and camps upon its breast. Yeah, I guess there isn't that much to really add here, aside from the notion that the Pandavas are almost truly invincible. But yeah, is there anything that can really be addressed here? Like, can you extract something from this? Like, it, I don't think you can find anything in particular from what is being said here. Like, I guess, well, I guess the only normal conclusion that I can reach is it is kind of sad to see that there isn't more story added, because I will be happy to observe and to read also how the battles developed more in detail, as in a sense the amount of something that I tend to repeat a lot, the amount of imagery that gets projected by the Mahabharata is almost unequaled at some times. Or, well, I haven't really read that much war epics, so yeah, I don't know. That might be false. The amount of imagery that gets projected by the Mahabharata is amazing, let's say like that. So, losing the possibility of telling something like that feels kind of bad. I will guess the only imagery that can get projected is something like, I don't know, somebody playing Risk. Let's say the what is it? The Pandavas playing Risk, almost taking into account that they don't really have such a hard time with anybody, so that it needs to be properly detailed, but nothing much to really say in that sense. Yeah. Very, very normal so far. Let us simply continue. Canto 27. The Vijaya Parva continued. Vaisampayana said that valiant Pandava, blessed with majestic force, crossed the white mountains and subdues. Crossed? Cross? Cross? Isn't it crosses? If subdues? I don't know. Let me repeat. That valiant Pandava, blessed with majestic force, crossed the white mountains and subdues the land of the Kimpurushas, ruled by Durmaputra, after a great massacre of Kshatriyas, and brings the country under his control. Having quelled that realm, Indra's son, with a calm mind, marches at the head of his legions to the country of Hataka, ruled by the Guhakas. He adopts a policy of conciliation with them and wins their alliance. In that realm, the Kuru prince seized the fine lake Manasa and other sparkling water bodies, too, all sacred to rishis. Arriving at the Manasa, Sarovara, Arjuna conquers the lands ruled by the Gandharvas, which surround the Hataka territories. Here, the conqueror takes as tribute countless superb horses called Titiri, Kalmasha, and Manduka. At last, the son of the slayer of Paka comes to the country of North Harivarsha and wants to conquer it. Thereupon, some formidable great-bodied frontier guardsmen come with gallant hearts to him. They say, "O son of Brita, you can never conquer this land. If you seek your own good, go back from here. Any human who enters this country will die. We are pleased with you, Kshatriya. You have conquered enough and there is nothing here, Arjuna, for you to conquer." They are not human. What? Harivarsha. The country of North Harivarsha. Why are they attacking as if they weren't human? What? The northern Kurus live here, and there can be no war here. Even if you enter this land, you will see nothing, for there is nothing here which can be seen by human eyes. However, if you seek something else, anything, tell us, O Purushabhyagra, so that we can do your bidding. When they say this to him, Arjuna replies, smiling, "I seek that my brother Yudhishthira Dharmaraja, of great intellect, becomes emperor. If your land is shut to humans, I will not enter it, but pay some tribute to Yudhishthira." Hearing this from Arjuna, they give him many exquisite clothes and ornaments of unearthly make, silks of celestial texture, and skins of unworldly origin. So it is that Tiger among men subjugates the realm of the north, fighting countless battles both against Kshatriyas and bandit tribes. Having vanquished those chieftains, bringing them under his sway, he takes great wealth from them, gems and jewels past counting. The horses, known as Titiri and Kalmasha, as also those of the color of the parrot breast and those colored like peacocks, are endowed with the speed of the wind. Surrounded O king, by a huge army comprising the four kinds of forces, the hero returns to Sakraprasta, and Partha offers all that untold wealth and the animals he has brought to Yudhishthira Dharmaputra. Then, at his king's command, the Kshatriya returns to a private apartment in the palace to rest. Yeah, the Kurus are kind of mysterious to me. Are they not human? Aren't they? Isn't this the human realm or something like that? How is it that there can be something inhuman? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, the rest doesn't seem that much complicated. I mean, the concept of giving tribute to your king is very understandable, even more taking into account that this is kind of a tribal story or a very medieval story, let's say like that. In the sense of you always got the necessity of paying proper tribute to your elders. If not, why would you not? Well, yeah, I mean, kind of around that. Why would you not do it? It is your responsibility to take on that of properly observing and properly giving what is your responsibility. Yeah, what is your earnings to those who are superior to you? I mean, that is quote unquote dharma, no? To fulfill the role of somebody who gives proper tribute to your superiors, no? Something like that, as simple as that, no? So yeah, I don't guess there is that much more to really try to adhere. Let us simply continue. Canto 28. Digvijaya Parva continued. Vaisnampayana said, meanwhile, Bhimasena, also laced with great tejas, marches east with Yudhishthira's leave. That Mahabharata, Vyagra of fathomless valor, always the bane of his enemies, goes with a vast host, with a full complement of elephants, horses, and chariots. Well armed he goes forth, and he can crush any enemy kingdom. Bhima comes first to the great land of the Panchalas, and begins to conciliate them with all the means at his disposal. Next, he effortlessly vanquishes the Gandakas and the Videjas. The lofty one then subdues the Disarnas. In the land of the Dasarnas, their king Sudharman fights a ferocious duel with bare hands against Bhimasena. Seeing how mighty Sudharman is, Bhima makes him the chief commander of all his legions. Then Bhima of terrible prowess marches east, making the very earth tremble with the tread of the awesome host which follows him. Knows that hero, who is the strongest of all strong men, defeats Rochamana, king of Aswamedha, who confronts him with his army. Having vanquished that king with feats of terrific ferocity, Kunti's son subdues the east. The prince of the Kurus, blessed with great strength, enters the country of Pulinda in the south, and brings Sukumara and the king Sumitra under his sway. Next, O Hanamehaya, that Bharata Pungava, fettered by the command of Yudhishthira Dharmaraja, rides against Sisupala of great vitality. Hearing what the Pandava intends, the king of Chedi comes out of his city, and that Parantapa receives Prita's son with respect. Having met, those bulls of the lines of Kuru and Chedi inquire after each other's welfare. Then Aurahan, the king of Chedi, offers his kingdom to Bhima and says smilingly, Anagha, sinless, what is your purpose? At which Bhima tells him about the intention of Yudhishthira. For 30 nights, O king, Bhima stays there, being entertained by Sisupala. Then he sets out again from Chedi with his troops and chariots. Yeah, I mean, not that much to really say. It is kind of expected that Bhima, as in literally the most, at this point, or in this point in time at least, the most capable human in the whole Mahabharata of fighting a god, it literally has no problem against anybody. The only kind of surprising thing will be that he found a new companion to his army. Who was it? Dasarnas. Sudharman. That guy is truly surprising, I guess. I don't know why sometimes he decides to skip almost the most important factors. Why? Why not tell us about who Sudharman is and what is his story, so that even Bhima, one of the most powerful humans on this moment in time, sees him as almost, I don't know if an equal, but at least somebody worthy of being a commander on his army. But anyways, we are not here to complain. Canto 29, Digbahaya Parva continued by Sampayana said, that punisher of all enemies, that vanquishes King Zranimat of the Kumara country, and then Brihadbala, king of Kosala, now... What? Ah, okay, yeah. Sorry. Sometimes I miss some punctuation marks. Now, the Pandavotama, with deeds of exceptional ferocity, vanquishes the virtuous and mighty king Dirghayagna of Ayodhya. He then subdues the country of Gopalakaksha, the northern Kosalas, and also the king of the Malyas. Arriving next at the foot of the Himalaya, he quickly brings all that land under his sway, thus that Bharatarishabha conquers myriad countries, endowed with great energy, and the strongest of all strong men. The son of Pandu next subdues the country of Balyata, as also the mountain Shuktimanta beside Balyata. Then Bhima of long arms and terrible prowess defeats the unretreating Subahu, the king of Kasi, and brings him under complete sway. After which, with awesome prowess, he overwhelms the great king Karatha, who reigned in the region which lies around Suparsa. He defeats the Matyas and the powerful Maladas and conquers the country called Pasubhumi, which has neither fear nor oppression of any kind. The long-armed Kshatriya conquers Mahidhara and the Somadheyas and turns towards the north. With terrific force, the mighty Kaunteya subdues the kingdom of Vatsabhumi and the king of the Vargas, as also the ruler of the Nishadas, and Manimat and countless other kings. Effortlessly, swiftly, Bhima overcomes the southern Malyas and the Bogavanta mountains. Next, just through policy and conciliation, the hero vanquishes the Sharmakas and the Varmakas. With some ease, he defeats the lord of the earth, Hanaka, king of the Videhas. With strategy, the Kshatriya then subdues the Sakas and the barbarians who live in that part of the country, sending forth expeditions from Videha, where he remains. Bhima conquers the 7 kings of the Kiratas who live around Indragila, Indra's mountain. He vanquishes the Sumas and the Parasumas. With them at his side, Kanti's son marches against Magadha. On his way, he subdues the king Danda and Dandadhara. Taking them with him, he marches on Giribraha. Peacefully, he brings Harasandha's son under his sway and takes tribute from him. Then, with the kings he has conquered going with him, Bhima marches against Kama, making the earth tremble at the advance of his legions, consisting of the 4 kinds of forces. The Pandava faces Kama Parantapa and brings him under his power. O Bharata, having subdued Karna, he quells the powerful king of the mountain realms. Then Pandu's son, with the strength of his arms, slays the king of Modagiri. Next, the Pandava vanquishes those valiant and powerful Kshatriyas, Vasudeva, king of Kundra, and Mahaugya, who rules in Kaushika before attacking the king of Banga, defeating Samudrasena, the kings Chandrasena and Tamralipta, and also the sovereign of the Karbatas and the ruler of the Sumas, as also the king who lives upon the seashore, that Bharatarishabha conquers all the Menelechta tribes. Having subjugated numerous kingdoms and countries, extracting tribute from them all, the son of Vayu advances towards Lohita. Now, Bhima makes all the Mlelechhtatra kings who rule the marshlands of the coast pay him tribute. Various kinds of wealth, sandalwood, aloe, fine clothes and gemstones, pearls and shawls, gold and silver, and priceless dark corals. The Mlelechtra kings shower untold wealth upon the son of Kunti, gold coins and precious stones counted in hundreds of millions, tens of crores. Returning to Indraprastha, Bhimasena of dreadful prowess offers all those treasures to Yudhishthira Dharmaraja. Yeah, I, I, I can't really say anything about this, my man. I mean, I can repeat what I said before, that it is important to pay tribute to your elders and to your superiors and so on and so forth, and even more because they are doing this for the sake of being, let's say, present, and also the proper respect that needs to be paid to those who are above you, as even more it is the king that is over in this case Bhima. So yeah, I can't really put anything else here. I will say, I will argue. And also incredible, for the first time in I think 2 weeks or so, this new internet is like amazing. Anyways, hmm? Hello, Laila, welcome. Today, very fine, I would say. We're continuing with Mahabharata. We're reading this book. We're so far seeing something about the most important tribe so far, trying to conquer the whole world for the sake of realizing one of the biggest tributes that there is. And well, yeah, I think I said everything fine over here. I hope you also are fine. So yeah, I don't think I can really say anything else so far. I mean, let me try to see. Pandava having subjugated. I mean, yeah, I will simply repeat this. It feels bad to see that it lacks more description. That is what I can properly say. I mean, I wouldn't say that so far it is the best thing it has, but it truly is a nice part of the Mahabharata, how the different descriptions are given and the different battles are portrayed. So deciding to shorten them so much almost feels bad, my man. I don't know. I would have enjoyed to see some more. I guess, in a sense, it is almost negative to say that I would have enjoyed to see more violence. Probably. But, I mean, it is part of the story, you know? You cannot remove so much from it to simply say, yeah, they had no problem conquering the world. You might as well simply say, yeah, they tried, they failed a first time, they did the proper preparation for the second time, and they realized what was it, Mahasuya Yagna, the second time, after being properly prepared. I mean, if you want to skip stuff, you can do it, you know? But anyways, let us simply continue. Canto 30, Digvijaya Parva continued. Vaisampayana said, Sahadeva, also commanded affectionately by Yudhishthira Dharmaputra, marches towards the south, taking a great host with him. That great prince of the Kurus first routs the Surasenas, bringing the king of Matsya under his sway. Then he crushes Dantavakra, powerful king of the Adhirasha, and taking tribute from him, reinstates him on his throne. The Kshatriya then brings Sukumara and then King Sumitra under his sway, before vanquishing the other Matsyas and then the Patacharas. Blessed with great intelligence, the Kuru warrior now swiftly overruns the country of the Nishadas and also the lofty hill Gosringa, after which he subdues King Zeranimat. He then subdues the country called Nararashtra, and the Kshatriya marches against Kuntibhoja, who, with utmost willingness, accepts the sway of the conquering hero. Marching to the banks of the Charmanwati, the Kuru warrior meets the son of King Hambaka, who has, because of an old enmity, been defeated before Krishna Vasudeva. Before by Krishna Vasudeva. O Mahabharata, Hambaka's son gives battle to Sahadeva, who overpowers that prince and presses on south. The great warrior vanquishes the Sekas and others and exacts tribute. Extracts? Extracts, no? Exacts? I mean, it means nothing, no? To exact tribute? Extract, no? I guess. So, the great warrior vanquishes the Sekas and others and extracts tribute from them, many kinds of wealth and jewels. Yeah. There are some mistakes on the book, so yeah, it is understandable. I don't know why it happened, but it has, for being something that is important, it has too many misspellings, I will say. But anyways, making the vanquished tribes his allies, the Kshatriya marches on the countries that lie on the banks of the Narmada. There he defeats the two valiant kings of Avanti, Binda and Anubinda, who lead a teeming host, and the powerful son of the twin Devas takes great treasure from them. After this, the Kshatriya comes to Bhogataka, and there, O king of unfading glory, What? Oh, king of unfading glory? Yeah, my man is engaged in a fierce battle by the king of that city, which lasts 2 days. Madri's son vanquishes the invincible Bhishmaka. He then overcomes the king of Kosala in battle and the monarch of the lands which lie on the banks of the Vena, as also the Kantarakas and the kings of the eastern Kosalas. Conquering both the Natakeyas and the Hirambakas, quelling the kingdom of Marudha, he subdues Munhagrama by sheer strength. The Pandava overwhelms the mighty kings of the Narhinas and the Arabukas and the myriad forest kings of that region of the country. Endowed with huge prowess, Sahadeva makes a subject of King Batadhipa. Defeating the Pulindas, he marches on south. Nakula's younger brother fights the Pandya king for an entire day. Having quelled him, he goes south again, that long-armed Kshatriya. Now he sees the celebrated caves of Kishkindha, and there fights 7 days against the monkey kings Mainda and Dvipida. Those magnificent Manaras, though not bested in battle nor tired, are, however, delighted with Sahadeva. Joyfully they say to the Kuru prince, "Tiger among Pandu's sons, go now, taking whatever tribute you desire from us, and may the purpose of Yudhishthira Dharmaraja of great intelligence be accomplished without obstacle." Taking precious gems and jewels from them, Sahadeva marches towards the city of Mahishmati, and there the Narapungava does battle with King Nila. Fierce and terrific is the encounter between the powerful Pandava, a slayer of hostile heroes, and Nila. Exceedingly bloody it is, and with Agni Deva himself helping King Nila, Sahadeva's very life is in danger. Suddenly, the chariots, horses, elephants, and soldiers in their coats of mail in Sahadeva's army all appear to be on fire. Seeing this, the Kuru prince becomes fearful, and, oh Hanamehaya, he does not know what to do. Hanamehaya said, Divihottama, why did Agni-deva become inimical towards Sahadeva in battle when the Pandava was fighting to accomplish a yajna, which would gratify Agni himself? Vaisampayana said, "It is said, O Hanamehaya, that while the Lord Agni lived in Mahishmati, he earned a reputation as a lover. King Nila had an exceptionally beautiful daughter. She always remained next to her father's sacrificial fire, stoking it vigorously, making it blaze up. Soon, King Nila's fire will not burn at all until it is fanned by the soft breath from that girl's lips. It was told that in Nila's palace and in the homes of all his subjects that Agni Deva wanted the exquisite princess for his bride. The guild accepted him, and one day, having assumed the form of a Brahmana, the far god was enjoying the princess when he was discovered by King Nila. The king of Dharma ordered the Brahmana be punished by law. At this, the lustrous deity flamed up in wrath, seeing which the king was amazed and bent his head down and set it on the ground, bowing low. In a while, Nila gave his daughter to Agni, come in the guise of a Brahmana. The Deva Vibhavasu Agni took the fair broad daughter of Nila and turned kindly towards the king. Agni, the shining gratifier of all desires, told the king to ask him for a boon. Nila begged that his legions never become panic-stricken in battle. From that time, any king who dares attack Nila's city is struck by fear by Agni Hutasana. From that time, also, the girls of the city of Mahishmati became unacceptable to marry to men from outside the city. Then Agni gave them sexual liberty so the women could roam at will, none bound to any single man. Mahabharata Rishabha. Indeed, from that time, kings of other lands avoid Mahishmati from fear of Agni. Virtuous Sahadeva sees his troops stricken with fear and surrounded by flames, but stands unmoved as a mountain, purifying himself. Touching holy water, the hero speaks to Agni, the Deva who sanctifies all things. I bow to you, whose trail is always marked by smoke. All these exertions of mine are for you, O sanctifier of everything. You are the mouth of all the gods. You are the sacrifice embodied. You are called Pavaka because you sanctify all things, and you are Abhyabhana because you convey the clarified butter which is poured into you to the other devas. The Vedas have come to be the minister to you, and so you are called Hatha Veda. Being great among the gods, you are called Chitrabhanu, Suresa, Anala, Vibhavasu, Hutasana, Havalana, Sikhi, Vaiswarana, Pingesa, Plavanga, Buri Tehasa. You are he from whom Kumara had his origin. You are holy. You are called Rudragarbha and Hiranyakrits. O Agni, you give me energy. Let Vayu grant me life. Let the earth grant me nurture and strength. And let water bless me with prosperity. O Agni, who are the fierce gods of the waters, you who are of immaculate purity, you for ministering to whom the Vedas have come to be, you who are the truly foremost of the Devas, who are their mouths, oh, purify me with your truths. Rishis and Brahmanas, Devas and Asuras, pour clarified butter every day into you during their sacrifices according to law. Let the rays of truth which you exude while you show yourself at these yagnas purify me. Smoke bannered as you are, having many names, O great purifier of all sins, born of Vayu and ever present in all creatures. Oh, purify me through the rays of your truths. I have cleansed myself, lofty one, and happily do I worship you. O Agni, grant me contentment and prosperity, knowledge and joy. He who pours ghee into Agni chanting these mantras shall always be blessed with prosperity. Having his spirit under perfect control, he will also be purified of all sins. Sahadeva addresses Agni again. O bearer of the sacrificial libations, it does not become you to obstruct a sacrifice. Saying this, that Purushabhyagra, Madri's son, spreads some kusa grass on the ground at the head of his terrified legions and calmly sits down to face the approaching fire. And Agni, too, like the ocean, which never transgresses its continents, does not sweep over him. Instead, approaching Sahadeva quietly, Agni, Lord of Men, reassures that Guru Prince. Oh, Guru, arise. I was only testing you. I know your purpose entirely, as also that of the Dharmaputra. But, O Bharatotama, as long as this city is ruled by a descendant of the line of King Nila, I will protect it. However, O Pandava, I will fulfill your heart's desire. Hearing this, Madri's son arises cheerfully, and, folding his hands, bowing his head, worships the fire god, sanctifier of all creatures. When Agni has vanished, King Nila comes there and, at the command of that deva, worships Sahadeva, tiger among men, master of battle, with proper ritual, and pays him tributes. Having thus brought Nila under his sway, the victorious son of Madri goes further south. The long-armed Kshatriya subdues the king of Tripura, of measureless Tejas. He turns his forces against the Paurava kingdom, and makes a subject of the king of the land. After vanquishing that king, the prince, with some effort, brings Agriti, the king of Saurashtra, and preceptor of the Kausikas, under his sway. While staying in the kingdom of Saurashtra, the good prince sends an ambassador to King Rukmin, son of Bhishmaka, in the city of Bhagakata, who, wealthy and wise, is a friend of Indra himself. Thinking of their relationship with Krishna, Aurahan, the king and his son, gladly accept the sway of the Pandava. Taking jewels and wealth from King Rukmin, Sahadeva proceeds further south. Blessed with terrific tehas and awesome strength, he now reduces Shuparaka and Talakata and the Dandakas also to subsection. The Guru warrior subdues numberless kings of the Lelechta tribes, which live in the sea coast, and the Nishadas and the cannibals, and even the Kanavarnas, and also the tribes called the Kalamukhas, who are also a cross between humans and Rakshasas, and also the Coal Mountains, and also Surabhipatna, and the Copper Island, and the mountain Ramaka. Having quelled King Timingila, the noble warrior conquers the wild tribe. The Keralas, who are men with one leg, choose through emissaries. The Pandava also conquers the town of Sanhayanti and the country of the Pakhandas. Pakhandas? What? And the Karahatakas, and makes them all pay tributes. The Kshatriya also quelled an exact tribute. Okay. Is this referring to the concept of getting what should be yours by... I didn't see it as that, but if it is repeated 2 times, I will guess it is like a exact revenge or exact justice and similar things. I will guess, like... What is it? It is the just thing to get tribute in this case. That is why he exacts tribute. Yeah. Yes. I guess that is the other definition. I will guess. Because I will say probably an archaic one instead of a more modern one, I will guess. But yeah, it makes sense that it is like that. And well, also thank you for providing a more proper definition, I guess. I mean, in Spanish, I have heard similar things, but I wouldn't find it, or I wouldn't assume that English also has the exacting things from other things, let's say like that. So yeah, kind of weird to see it be so incredibly archaic at sometimes. But I mean, more richness to the language, so better. So anyways, the Kshatriya also quells an exact tribute from the Pandavas, the Dravidas, the Undrakeralas, the Andhras, the Talavanas, the Kalingas, and the Ustrakarnikas. He takes the enchanting city of Adavi and also the cities of the Yavanas. And, O King of Kings, arriving at the seashore, that Parantapa, Madri's most virtuous and brilliant son, slayer of all foes, confidently sends messengers to the illustrious Bibhishana, grandson of Palustia, that sovereign willingly accepts the sway of the son of Pandu, because that sage and great soul king thinks of it all as being providence. He sends the Pandava a myriad of jewels and sandalwood, many celestial ornaments, and reams of priceless apparel, as well as countless invaluable pearls. Taking all this, Sahadeva the intelligent returns to his own kingdom. So it is, O king, that through conciliation and good battle, having subdued many kings and exacting tribute from them, Sahadeva comes home to Kandavaprashta, giving all that wealth to Yudhishthira, Dharmaraja, O Hanamehaya. That bull of the Maharatas, Sahadeva, considers his purpose as being successful and is glad. There was something very interesting in this particular canto. Let me try to find it. Well, I mean, also this. There is also this part of he who pours ghee into Agnes chanting these mantras shall always be blessed with prosperity. Having his spirit under perfect control, he will also be purified of all his sins. Something that is kind of repeated rituals that are contained inside the Mahabharata, but more like, yeah, it was the concept itself of trying to see and trying to apply what is being explained here as part of observing how even the god, even if he had, I don't know if the responsibility or the desire to protect a king, he still undertook that and decided to allow the even greater yagna that is being prepared to be performed, in a sense of, even while the gods are sometimes portrayed as deities that can completely change events, they still do not obstruct most of the things. They simply make some minor events change how they are realized, but not the wholeness of it being destroyed, nor the obstruction of any particular objective being also there, let's say. But I will guess, I don't know, I wouldn't say that it is necessary in this case to remove the fantasy from the story, as they are I mean, they are literally there, the gods. You cannot negate that they exist. So I will say something like, nowadays it can be represented that even if the gods seem to be obstructing something, they are simply trying to change how things go for the sake of making it different while still retaining part of its soul. Kind of weird, I will say, but still the same and not the same thing, I will say. The concept of, who was it? I don't remember the god name, but the born yet unborn, basically something like that, of having things happen while also modifying how they happen. Very, very nice. And also, Canto 31, we are on exactly on page 1000. Amazing. How long is this one? What? 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 I mean, what? What? It has nothing. Anyways, what? Canto 31. The Vijaya Parva continued. By Sampayana said, I will now tell you about the adventures and triumphs of Nakula, and how he, exalted one, conquers the direction of which Vasudeva once subjugated. at the head of a great host, making the earth tremble with the shouts and lion roars of his warriors and the rumbling of the chariot wheels, Nakula the intelligent sets out west. First, that Kshatriya attacks the mountain country of Rohitaka, delightful, prosperous, rich with cattle, every other kind of wealth and produce, and dear to the Lord Kartikeya. Fierce is that encounter between the Pandava and the Matamayurakas, okay, and the Matamayurakas of that country. Next, the illustrious Nakula overcomes the entire desert and the rest of the realm of Sarishaka, land of plenty, as also Maheta, a savage battle the hero has with Raharishi Agrosa, having overwhelmed the Dasarnas, the Sivis, the Trigartas, the Ambastas, the Malavas, the 5 tribes of the Karpatas, and the twice-born Madhyamakas and Batadhanas. The Pandava leaves that country, going circuitously through their territory that Narapongava quells the Utsavatanketa tribes. The luminous Kshatriya quickly conquers the mighty Gramaniya who dwells on the shore of the sea, and the Sudaras and the Abhiras that live on the banks of the Saraswati, and all the tribes that lived by fishing, and also those who dwell upon the mountains, and all of the country named after the 5 rivers, and the Amara mountains, and the land called Uttarayostisha, and the city Divyakata, and the tribe called Dwavarapala. Through sheer force, the Pandava reduces the Ramatas, the Harahunas, and numerous kings of the west. While there, O Mahabharata, Nakula sends messengers to Vasudeva, and Vasudeva, along with all the Yadavas, accepts his sway. The mighty Nakula goes on to Sakala, city of the Madras, and persuades his uncle Salya to accept, out of love, the Pandava's sway, and Rahan, his uncle, lavishly entertains that noble and deserving prince. Nakula, master of war, receives a great quantity of jewels and gems from Salya and leaves his kingdom. Then the son of Pandu reduces the ferocious Mlelechtas of that sea coast, as also the wild tribes of the Palavas, the Parvaras, the Kiratas, the Yavanas, and the Sakas, having conquered many kings, making them all pay him tribute. Nakula, Kurustama, laden with wealth, turns back the way he came, homewards. O king, so vast is the treasure Nakula brings that 10,000 camels carry it upon their backs with difficulty. Arriving in Indraprastha, the valiant and blessed son of Madri offers up all those treasures to Yudhishthira. Thus, O Rahan, Nakula subdues the country of the west, the direction over which Varunadeva rules, which once Vasudeva himself had conquered. Wait, yeah, we changed Parva. How much did I read so far? Because, yeah, almost exactly an hour. Quality content. Let me see. Is it too long? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. It is incredibly long. Yeah. 4 pages. No, my man. There it is, basically. So far for today, we're done. Yeah, we're going to let the rest of the new Parva be started next time. We finish with the, I will guess, the preparations for the Rajasuya Yagna to be done. So far very nice, I will say. Kind of, yeah, sadly and truly observable the lack of any particular content aside from what was shown on the Vasudeva adventure. Aside from that, the rest of things don't have that much deepness to them. I mean, what you can say from somebody conquering land, he properly did so. Wow, nice, I guess. But the rest, yeah, was as always interesting. And I mean, the simple unraveling of the story and getting everything set up properly to see how the next ritual is performed is also nice. So I cannot complain about that in particular. Simply the lack of other deepness makes it kind of irrelevant. But I mean, sadly, we cannot skip chapters or anything like that. It robs the capacity of understanding what comes next if we decide to skip anything, and also the proper understanding of what ended up happening with some stories. As in, did the Pandavas properly get ready to perform the ritual? Did they have any problem? Something like that. And I will also guess, as it has happened before, that we are still going to find things like in the future. Many of the names that are said here are going to be repeated or used, not repeated, used. As in, now this new commander will appear in the story as this other or in this other occasion, and because you already have the name, you don't need to think about who he was or similar stuff. So yeah, nice. Let's leave it at that. Now, okay, I have properly extracted mark, and well, I mean, we might as well simply give this a closure. How much did we? Not that much today, like 4 pages or so. So yeah, very fine. We advance a little bit. Now, then I guess we can simply try to live with a raid. I will guess the what is there. Let me test. The what isn't there. Man, we are incredibly fine. This is quality content basically. This is perfectly fine. Okay, man, what a beautiful thing it is to see the bot working. Ah, my god. But let's see. Is there anybody reading also or something? Can we try to read into somebody reading instead of... No, no. It is only me right now who is reading. This is so sad. Well, anyways, I guess then I will have to choose somebody else, I guess. Let me see. My man. No, oh my. I have found someone. We have a dark shit. Then, we have it. So yeah, well, as I was trying to say, as always, thanks for being here, thanks for watching, thanks for paying attention, thanks for enjoying this, lurking, watching the world, whatever it was. It always is a pleasure to keep exploring, to keep learning, to keep observing stories, to keep deepening what we already know and what we can know. So yeah, very fun, very entertaining. In this case, as I said, we're going to read who Nicola North, who is playing... What is this? Battle game. I don't know which one of them. I guess this is ONF. No, I don't know. I don't know what is this. Fighting game. Let's say that fighting game. Simpler to understand. So yeah, basically, as always, thanks. Remember to stay safe. Remember to stay hydrated, to stay rested. And well, whenever we get here, the next time, we are going to keep seeing what happens. But until then, no pressure. And well, whenever it happens, it happens. Now we're leaving. Where Nicola North, who is playing a fighting game. Write message on the chat. And well, as always, thanks. Goodbye. And whenever it happens, it happens. Until then, goodbye. And now, raid. Right now.